Emerson Park. This may not be our biggest park in Louisville. In fact, it's one of our smaller ones at just under 2 acres. But it is a great park. It is a great park for this neighborhood, for surrounding neighborhoods, for everyone in our community who loves to garden. This is an example of what our park systems should be all about attracting peoplehood from surrounding neighborhoods to gather, to be healthy, to be outdoors, to be enjoying one another in a safe environment. And so it's wonderful to be here for this exciting announcement that we have today. And I'm so excited. I also want to give a shout out to Councilwoman Jennifer Chappell, whose district that we're in, who was not able to join us today, but thank her for her support of this park. We're excited that the budget that just recently passed with overwhelming bipartisan support by the Metro Council has made an investment into Emerson Park to bring a new playground and some more shading, which we could all use on days like today, to this park. So we're very excited about this continued investment here in Great Park, Emerson Park. And today's announcement, our first announcement, involves parks like this one and the work that Metro government is doing to create great green spaces in urban neighborhoods. This work really came into focus during conversations that I and others in my administration had during the last 2 months as we worked with Metro Council and the community to pass our budget. When I proposed my original budget, I called for big investments into our parks because I believe in the power of our parks to enhance the quality of life. And I see our great park system as one way that we can continue to contribute to the mental and physical health, to our economy, to public safety, and more all across our city, in every neighborhood in our city. And I'm so proud that the budget that we recently passed with Metro Council's overwhelming bipartisan support has great investments in our parks. And we're here today at Emerson Park because of something that my administration and I learned more about through the budget process, especially from community conversations that we had about where we invest the city's resources to create the greatest impact. What I heard over and over, loud and clear after I proposed the initial budget, from people all across our city, is that land use and urban agriculture is critically important to the people of Louisville. And I want to thank each and every person that spoke up, that reached out to me in my office, that reached out to Metro Council, to every person who shared their perspective, who shared their experiences, shared their ideas for how we could do a better job of creating an even healthier city than we have today. The people spoke, and we listened. We responded. That's how democracy is supposed to work, in conversation with one another, by listening to one another, by learning from one another. And that's how we strengthen the partnership between city government and the people that we all serve. And that's why our final budget restored funding to partners like the Jefferson County Soil and Water Conservation District and the UK Cooperative Extension offices. And that's why we're here today, because it's clear that this issue is important to the people of Louisville, and Metro government should do more, can do more, and now is doing more. So today, I'm thrilled to announce that we're creating Metro government's first urban agriculture program. This new urban agriculture program will be housed within the Louisville Parks and Recreation Department, and it will coordinate Metro government's work with partners all across our city and beyond to create and maintain more community gardens like the one behind us here today, to create and promote more urban farms and other efforts to help us grow and strengthen urban agriculture. This work can help address the issue that we all want to address of providing for more produce and food deserts, as well as supporting our sustainability efforts and so much more, including our efforts to promote health equity. We're exploring more ways that we can have edible landscapes in our public parks, more ways that we can have more great community gardens like the one here at Emerson Park. And there are so many great people already working on this. great people in the two partners that I just mentioned earlier, and great people within our growing Louisville Metro Parks team. We'll be collaborating with all of them and more to find the best ways to promote sustainability and health equity going forward, led by our park system. Because the people of Louisville have made it absolutely clear that strengthening urban agriculture is an important part of our way to make our city safer, stronger, and healthier. So to talk a little bit more about our new urban agriculture program, I'd like to bring up our new Executive Director of Louisville Parks and Recreation, Michelle King, to share a little bit more about this program and what we're going to be doing moving forward. Michelle?
Thank you, Mayor Greenberg. It's really exciting to be a part of this announcement with you. I have just joined Parks and Recreation myself, but I can clearly see the potential benefits that this new program will bring. The urban agriculture program within Parks and Recreation will add yet another facet to the many ways that we serve our community. Our goal in spearheading this effort is to be a hub for supporting opportunities for food production through collaboration with our nonprofit partners, and to provide more options for food access and environmental education through our own outreach and engagement. As we launch this program, I'll be working closely with Nico Phillips, our Urban Agriculture Program Coordinator, who will be our boots-on-the-ground leader in this effort. Nico, myself, and the Parks and Recreation team are working to set goals and priorities for the upcoming year, and I look forward to working closely with our partners at the Jefferson County Extension Office and the Jefferson County Soil and Water Conservation District to find ways to amplify their efforts and to meet our community's needs. While we're just at the beginning of this process, we envision goals that include strengthening the network of existing community gardens and identifying new garden potential. Goals like finding new ways to further promote our partner programs and discovering possibilities to amplify them through our community center programming and partnerships. In short, we seek to highlight our community's existing urban agriculture assets and then build on them to create opportunities for even more of our residents. Louisville, like many cities, faces issues with food security. Our city's residents deserve access to fresh, healthy food in their neighborhoods, regardless of what part of the city they live in. And with over 120 parks, 14 community centers, and various other sites, we know we can be a leader in this initiative. And as we stand here and see this beautiful Emerson Community Garden sponsored by the Jefferson County Extension Office thriving, our hope is to see many more spaces like this in the years to come. Gardens that are teeming with produce and nurturing our community. I extend my sincere thanks to the Jefferson County Extension Office and the Jefferson County Soil and Water Conservation District for joining us in this cause. There's a lot of work ahead, but I'm really excited for the opportunity to grow this partnership together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I encourage everyone before you leave today to check out the community garden to get to know some of the folks who are here tending to their gardens, and we are so excited about doing so much more. So again, thanks to our partners that Michelle just mentioned, thanks to other partners around the city. We're looking for more partners as well to create even more community gardens and extend this effort through our new urban agriculture program. Thank you all very much. Thank you. We'll take questions at the end also. We've got two more things. Next, we're all looking forward to the 4th of July in a couple of days, and to celebrating the birth of our great country, to spending time with family and friends, to enjoying hopefully good weather like this beautiful day today. There are great events all across our city to help celebrate the 4th of July. We just had the Riverview for Independence Day celebration in Southwest Jefferson County last weekend. Thursday night at the waterfront, there are great events. There are other great events all across our city. We'll be reading the Declaration of Independence on the steps of Metro Hall on Thursday morning, and so much more. And a big part of celebrations across our city and country is fireworks. And that can be done safely. But it's important to understand that mishandling fireworks leads to thousands of fires and injuries across the country each year. And we don't want that here in Louisville. We don't want anyone in our city to be injured by their use of fireworks. We want everyone to have a safe and fun and happy and bright 4th of July. So to talk a little bit more about how to enjoy the 4th of July holiday safely, I'd like to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Bobby Cooper from the Louisville Fire Department to talk a little bit more and share some tips for how to use fireworks safely, responsibly, and enjoyably for your family. Lieutenant Colonel Cooper.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for the platform and advocating for our cause. We have a tremendous fire department here locally. We're well equipped, we're well prepared. We work hard every single day of the year. We also have a very robust fire prevention program and fire prevention bureau that works hard to keep everybody safe, to keep those fires from happening. So we're here to share the message of fireworks safety on the 4th of July. Every single year, we see thousands of injuries, we see thousands of fires, and we get this message out every single year, and it's difficult to change the statistics. We're not talking about nationally, we're not talking about in the Commonwealth, we're talking about here locally in our very own neighborhoods. We have devastating injuries, we've had fatalities in recent years, and we have a significant number of fires caused by fireworks. Nearly every single year, nearly 13,000 ER visits are made due to fireworks. And oftentimes, the tragedy is that those are our young citizens, the most vulnerable, account for nearly a third of those injuries and those visits to the ER every 4th of July. Kids under 15 years old. So it's critical that the citizens understand the hazards that are associated with consumer store-bought fireworks, realizing that it's not just the things that go up and explode in the air, but it's the smaller things that do a tremendous amount of damage. Anything in Jefferson County, the ordinance says if it flies, if it leaves the ground, if it explodes, it's illegal in Jefferson County. Within the state of Kentucky, you have to be over the age of 18 to purchase fireworks and to use fireworks. You also have to make sure that if you're using those fireworks, you're 200 feet away from any kind of a structure or any kind of a vehicle or a person. Now, with that being said, we understand you can drive across the bridge, the river, and you can get other kinds of fireworks that are illegal here in Jefferson County. It's incredibly difficult to police. So that's where we're asking for you guys to help. We're asking for the public to help, for neighbors to help one another, to remind each other of safety precautions that you can use. Again, remember, 13,000 injuries a year. Along with those injuries, we have nearly 20,000 fires. 20,000 fires and $40 million in property damage that we see every single year in the United States, and oftentimes that's right here at home. So things to consider. Again, we talked about the illegal fireworks that you're not supposed to use, but even the legal ones cause the most damage. So things like a sparkler. Sparklers account for a tremendous amount of damage to our young people. These things burn at 2,000 degrees. And 2,000 degrees put in the hand, it's basically a blowtorch that's put in the hand oftentimes of a child, a wrong turn, handling the wrong direction, dropping on a toe, on a foot. Not only injuries to the limbs, but oftentimes to eyes and to the face. While they can be life-threatening injuries, more often than not, they're life-debilitating injuries. So injuries that, again, the most vulnerable, our children are going to carry with them for the rest of their life. So realize the dangers that you're putting in the hands of a child. As the mayor indicated, what we encourage you to do is leave it to the pros. Don't do store-bought fireworks. Go down to the waterfront park. Leave it to the professionals to light the fireworks off. Sit back and relax. Now, if you're going to do it, we understand. Some of you are still going to put on your home shows. And if you do it, just be prepared. Have a plan in place. So when I talk about that plan, make sure that you're having an adult, somebody over the age of 18 who is responsible, who is sober, and who has a plan in place to do something if something goes wrong. Having a water hose close by or a bucket of water to extinguish those fireworks after they're used. Having a fire extinguisher helps, making sure that they're using eye protection. Again, never putting them in the hands of a child are critical things to remember. So we encourage you not to use them. Leave it to the pros. But if you're going to use them, please have a plan in place. And again, thank you for the platform, Mayor.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Cooper. I hope folks heed the safety warnings. We want everyone to have fun. We want people to enjoy the 4th of July. But please take these tips to heart for the safety of you and your family. And our final announcement this week is our Louisvillian Doing Good series. And one issue for all of us to address in our city is bridging the digital divide. For our economy to keep growing and for every person in our city to have a chance to thrive, we have to do more to make sure that everyone is able to develop digital skills and access digital information and services. Our current focus area is getting more of our professionals trained on the work needed to include digital inclusion and equity. Last year, Metro government partnered with the nonprofit technology network, N10, to provide professional development to people working in some of our partner institutions. That program included the opportunity to earn a professional career certificate in digital equity. Today, we are happy to announce that library employee Raphael Maxon is the first of his cohort of peers to complete this training. Our libraries are essential to the work of advancing digital inclusion and equity. Having Raphael amongst the first to earn the certificate will strengthen our library's capacity to serve those who are working to overcome the digital divide. Raphael is an excellent example of our library employees who are committed to ongoing education as a way to better serve our community. We are proud of his accomplishment. He's a highly valued member of our dedicated public service staff, and we appreciate his and every member of the Louisville Free Public Library's commitment to serving the people of Louisville as they do every day. Raphael, we are so proud of what you have accomplished. You are an inspiration to others. We thank you for going the extra mile, and I'm thrilled to present you today as a distinguished citizen of our city. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mayor
Thank you
Greenberg.
so much.
Of course, thank you. Congrats.
Congratulations, Raphael. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions from members of the media.
Mayor, you often talk about transparency, how you like to be transparent. You want the most trained, trusted, and transparent police force in the nation. Yet just last week, the city filed a lawsuit against Louisville Public Media to reverse the Kentucky Attorney General's opinion that the city violated the open records law when it withheld records without explaining why. This essentially will keep records secret. Can you justify what you say, that you want to be transparent with your actions, that you want to keep these records secret?
Are you saying that the city of Louisville filed a new lawsuit last week against Louisville Public Media?
That's right, yeah. To reverse the AG's opinion.
Did they appeal a decision, or did they?
They appealed and won, and the county attorney filed the lawsuit on the 28th.
I was unaware of that appeal. I need to learn a little bit more, and I'd be happy to talk to you about that at length, but this is the first I'm hearing of that appeal. So this shouldn't be the first time I'm hearing of that appeal, but it is, and so let me learn more, and I'd be happy to talk with you about it. Wait, can you, I'm sorry, with the plane, I couldn't hear you. Can you start over again? She did not. I will let that letter speak for itself. I think the chief, Gwyn Biller-Roel, should speak for herself. That letter speaks for itself, and I think we released that this morning, her resignation letter.
Also, when she said she was asked by you to resign, have you asked any other LMPD members involved with those ongoing sexual harassment investigations to resign?
I have not. Again, as I said a couple of weeks ago, I'm going to keep the conversation I had with the chief and myself private. Her letter speaks for itself, and that is accurate, yes. So yes, I did. That was for her to provide that information, but I'm going to keep the rest of our conversation private.
She also claimed there was a wall of divisiveness between LMPD, citizens, media, and the mayor's administration. Do you believe this is true, and what are you doing to address that?
I believe that LMPD, our entire Metro government, we have to continue to improve. We have to continue to earn the trust of the community every day of the year. And I believe we have made good progress in that regard, and we have to make more. And so that's why we're going to continue to do more to work with the community on a daily basis, that ensure that our officers are getting to know members of the community that they serve better than that they have in new ways that we have done in the past. We're going to continue to add more people to LMPD who can engage with the community. We're going to continue to support programs like the Police Activities League. We're going to continue to ensure that our police that are working a beat get to know members of the neighborhoods, business owners, religious leaders, formerly incarcerated individuals that live in that neighborhood that they need to know. All of that is stuff that we have to continue doing a better job of every day.
Like, what are some of the benchmarks for improvement, though, would you say? Like, I mean, what do you want to see, like, in the next couple of years, LMPD get better?
What I want to see is fewer homicides, fewer violent crimes, fewer incidents of gun violence, fewer incidents of disorderly conduct on the street that are making it uncomfortable or difficult for people who want to go about their daily life in a regular. I don't want people to feel like they are scared to go to downtown or another neighborhood because they've heard about gun violence that's happened in our community. We need to reduce the amount of gun violence in our community. That is the number one metric for me. That is what we are focused on doing. Alongside of that, we have to also make sure that we're doing our policing in a constitutional way, that we're doing more than just improving our police department to improve public safety by investing in things like parks, like libraries, like the Office of Safe and Healthy Neighborhood programs, like other nonprofit partners that are working to give young people hope and opportunity to succeed. All of that we must do to continue to improve our city and make it safer, stronger, and healthier.
Mayor Greenberg, can you talk about how the city is planning to fund necessary repairs to the firehouses?
Yeah, so we have, there's a lot of work to do. So we've made some small first steps in this year's budget. And for the first time this year, we included a long-term capital planning document that we also released. And on that, you'll see that we've identified 2 firehouses that need additional capital improvements. There are 2 firehouses that we have that right now just are really past their useful life and outdated, and we need to do more there. So those are 2 of the areas. We also need new equipment for our firehouses, for our fire department. It's going to be part of a long-term plan, but you will see in next year's capital improvement, in next year's capital budget, some significant investments towards addressing that issue. And so we're working with Chief O'Neill and all of his colleagues that have provided us with the information. And now we are, it's going to take years, though, to address that. We have a very old stock and